Can you guys help me, like, what did you learn yesterday? The kind of review. Anyone? Yes, anyone can talk. I have updated the notes as well if you want to go through that notes, and then you can tell me the points. Guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Can you guys add the points? I have updated the notes as well. You can go to these notes. You can have one see what did we do yesterday.
We have deployed an application into KTS.
Kubernetes, okay.
For that, we have find out how many prerequisite we needed,
Okay.
like on which language we are working.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
And we have discussed like on which instead of using MySQL, we can use RDS.
Yeah. So this application need a database. That is good. Very nice. Which was application we were deploying it. That application need a database. This database you can use two ways. One is the MySQL or MySQL.
And RDS.
We went with this approach. Yeah. Previously we did whenever we were doing WordPress something, right? That time we went with
Yeah.
this option. Yeah. Nice. Mhm.
And we use in as a prerequisite we use RDS as a endpoint, username, password, and database name.
Yeah. True.
We needed all these things prerequisite.
Yes. True. So these are all the information we will be supplying to the application. In Kubernetes, what object did we use to pass the dependencies information? What objects are there?
Config map at secret.
Yeah, config map and secrets.
Secret.
Yeah. Can you guys tell me, like, now what are the objects we have worked? Okay, it is. Go with this easy way. Deployment objects, networking objects, storage objects, env objects. You can go with this model. Yeah. Can you guys tell me what and all we deployed, if you remember? One is the
Pod.
Or service.
STS.
deployment.
Statements.
Yeah. Theoretical, at least you know, stateful set.
Daemon.
So yesterday we deployed one way, if you remember, one with volumes also, without volumes. Without volume is called the stateless. If you yesterday, right, our we deployed two applications, Flask and MySQL. MySQL is with volume. The Flask is without volumes, normal. That is called status application. State STS, daemon sets. You remember we along with our cluster, when you deployed, along with the cluster, some came, daemon says, we deployed extra one with the Helm, Grafana, node exporter and all we deployed here. They were here. Node exporter, some kind of, those were the daemon sets. Yeah. Cron job, one more is the job. These are on the fly, they'll come whenever based upon the time schedule, and then the pod will come and then they'll get down. Networking objects, yes. Service, one more, ingress, there are the ingress controllers. All these are the networking objects. Storage objects,
PC.
PVC,
PVC,
Storage class.
PV,
PV,
storage class. These are those. ENV objects, config map, secret. These are those. Yeah. So we are coming, I mean to say, like, not to the end of the, I can say, Kubernetes. We will go to the revisit the total concepts back with automation. We will be doing complete the setup, whatever you did from first, again they will come all the topics with the automation way. Not with the, we will not run anything manually, something. We will give our commands to one tool, the tool will run. That is what my next objective. Whatever you went through, right, these topics, we will go back, we'll shift left to back, we will do one by one steps again with automation. So just you need to have all these keywords in the mind. So that is the next objective I'm telling. For today, like, we will go through the some working concepts what we use in the environment, and those are very important for interviews also. They'll expect you in the interviews. And then whatever we did yesterday, right, on that we will experiment that on that application only, in this application only. So yesterday we ran application on K8s, Flask application. Dependency was database. Earlier we were using database as a RDS. There is a one more option. I have seen some environments, like some databases, if they are not available as a management, they may not go with EC. They go on the pod only, on the K8s only, and then they'll deploy as a kind of stateful set or deployment with volumes. So that's what we did yesterday. And then we have connected our application to database. We tested with one tool, right? If you remember, what is the tool I was using to test? Like browser. Equal to the browser, we used one tool, right? To test.
Postman.
Postman. This is the tool. So usually, right, you have this thing. This is not your job to prepare the body inside the body, right? This and all not your job. QA team will help us. You can ask the QA team or developer. You see, right, in this tool, if you go left side, right here, left side, you will get like this curly URL. So before coming to your application, right, developer has tested in his laptop. Before come to you somewhere dev environment, they could have tested it. You ask them, can you export? Can you guys export me your Postman related queries? Share with me. What they do normally, they can export this thing. They can give you a JSON or they'll give this curl command. So what you can do, you can take this curl as it is, whatever they had given. Then you can where was the plan yesterday also collections? Here, import. In the import, it will ask you just to curl URL something. Then once you import, you will get like this. Like this. So here the endpoints will be changing. Here the endpoints will be changing. This based upon the environment, dev stage, pre-prod production. Then you can test it. So why do as a DevOps guy, I need to know these things, basic things is that is called sanity. When you do a deployment, pods will be running, application will be okay. I mean, as a DevOps, your job is to still pods are running. That is what your job. But as an extra step, right? Like sometime, if that is you told them pods are running, but still application may not be working. Again, it's all together. They'll communicate to you again, blah blah something. Right? Better you test one sanity. That is your job. Like normally, this is to create a user. Like you do a simple sanity test. See, I created one more user now. Like multiple users you can create, like 3. Just to kind of testing. This is the normal create. In the real time, the application will not get created like this. Users will create, but at least something data is coming or not. This is you see right here. Why I'm getting here? This is the previous was you see right here. What was the request? Previous request. I mean, previously I was creating users, right? That is called post request. This is getting information. So you shouldn't use, this is what it is saying. Method is not allowed. Post method is not allowed. Go here inside. You need to remove this body. Make this as a get request. Put the, yeah. Now get the, see, it is giving me the users. This many users you have created in the 6 users. Same information you can get it from the browser also. Yes, browser like anyone can use, but little technical. See here, this many users are being there. At least I know that application is working. At least calls are coming. So something is coming. Now if you remove, right, this doesn't touch any database functionality. It's a just application running fine. At least you should do this kind of sanity. So some APIs we will test from the browser. Some APIs, right, they need some kind of credentials, some extra credentials they need. That extra credentials, what and all needed, developer will tell you, like basic auth, something bearer token. You will be hearing there, like when you it's application, it's not something. So developer will be telling, plus first to generate the token, then pass the token to next API something under. Okay? So at least you have to do one sanity, then you need to tell them, yes, I have deployed application, it's working, you can test further and all with that. That is what our job. So yesterday we deployed it and tested with the, if you remember, Postman. API testing. API is nothing but every URL you can say that API, but APIs will have extra token. The token. How to generate the token, how to authenticate the token, developer will have their own application internally. First, they will request one application, will give a token. With that token, they'll request another application. So I wanted to check yesterday. I have deployed, right? This is how that we are going little with that interview related. I got this application. Let's say you tell me in my environment. They told me one cluster is running. They told me that one cluster is running. Where and all this I was not aware. Just they told that this application is down. This application is not working. Something. How do you troubleshoot? How do you go from here? Just they told this application is not working. Next, what do you check? Just you can throw some random answers. It's something. You can throw some random answers. Check the logs. That's good. Let's keep it. Check the logs. That's a generic keyword. Which logs? That is good. But which logs?
Pods log and cluster logs.
Which pod?
Deployment.
Application.
Which application?
The front-end application.
Front-end application which we download.
Front end. How I know that? How I know which application something? Yeah, that is correct. Whatever you are telling is correct. But with experience, right, we will come with good theory of
Yeah.
the yes, that's whatever you said is correct. These are, but
Yeah, we can get pods and we can check the get pods and we can see right which application.
there are like maybe 500 pods are running. 500 of pods are there. Like maybe
So that CTL display command, no, based on that we get it.
20 namespaces are there. 500 pods are there. Which application? Where it is going? How I knows it? That is correct. Whatever you're setting is correct. But which application I'm hitting?
By using display command.
30 microservices are running, for example. Microservices are nothing but yesterday, right? For example, you were calling from Flask API to MySQL, from Flask API to other my dependencies. All those dependencies are called microservices. Yesterday, one microservice was MySQL. So we have Flask, both are dependency, like different microservices are there. Which microservice will be? Okay. So usually, right, habituate this thing. I mean, if you're not aware the existing environment, first always troubleshoot like this. Do NS lookup. Oh, guys, can you guys hear me? Network issue. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes,
Okay,
yes,
good.
Anna.
Okay. So do NS lookup this domain. Sure, right now what we did was we have registered with the IP address. So that's where it is problem. If you do NS lookup, right, you will get load balancer endpoint, the big load balancer endpoint, right? The load balancer endpoint. Why do you get load balancer endpoint for this? Any thoughts? Why do we get load balancer endpoint for this in the original environment? Right now we are bypassing the Route 53, but in the real time you will get the original application. You will get when you do NS lookup, right, you will get a load balancer endpoint. Why? Whose endpoint that was?
Ingress controller.
Ingress controller.
Exactly. You will get the ingress controller load balancer. This is the load balancer. Now, so let's say, for example, kubectl get you need to know about. See, this is what we are currently setting up. Some situations you will be ending up the altogether new application. Someone will come to you. Hey, can you help me something? Can you check on it? This is how your regular day will end. So do like this. Do like this. Kubectl get ing-a somewhere. Is there any matching endpoint was there? Whatever you do NS lookup, right? I'm sure if you register in the load balancer, right? Sorry, on the Route 53, you will get mapped one of this. One of this load balancer you will get. In case if you get another load balancer, they could have created with the service endpoint. Service equal to load balancer. You need to find which one they created it. Whether they went with the service or they went with ingress. Somewhere, let's say for example, you will get like this. So whatever you did NS lookup, that load balancer, here it is matching. And then you see this host is matching. Good. Now you know which namespace. Now go here. You know, right? What is the tool you are using? kubeNS Flask. So kubectl get ing. Now describe this ing to which, right? Ingress will forward to whom? Ingress object. I'm getting ingress object here, not ingress controller. Ingress will forward to whom? Same. Load balancer
Ingress.
load balancer will forward to target group. Target group will forward to EC2, something like. You should have the same theory. Ingress will forward to
Service will forward to deployment.
deployment state will set it up to that
State will set
whatever we had given it. Yeah. Now let's check this. Let's check that. It's still describe also you can do. One more option also, get also. It's up to you. Get will give you the YAML. -p -boot YAML. Like this, you will get existing YAML. Here you need to understood here. So here is the host. Here is the service name. Here is the port number. Now check like this. kubectl get SVC. Very important. Very important. This port number, service name should match. Otherwise, you will be ending up like yesterday, right? 503 continuous error. If you miss anywhere else, this naming convention matching and all. Now, good. You know the service name. You know, right? Under service, something will get registered, na? You remember? This service name you can access from one part to another parts also. That service name dot namespace dot something across namespaces also it will work. This name will work.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Now under service name something will register, right? Service will select whom?
deployment. RM.
SVC. -o YAML. Describe also you can do. It's not something I'll always -o YAML. Describe also you can do. Here you got the YAML. Here you got the YAML. Here you are seeing it. Oh, there is some selector is there. Some selector is there. Take the selector. Here somewhere you should have endpoints, right? Endpoints. If pods are running, you will have endpoints here. Maybe you may need to describe that to get the endpoints. Describe SVC. In describe, you shouldn't pass -o YAML. Just a service name is enough. Yeah. Here. So
Yeah, 10.
here you have endpoints, right? This and all. Good. This is the selector. You see, right? Now take this selector, please. This is very important. Say kubectl get pods -l. L means match exactly that label only. That's what here. You can do -l also like this. If you get like this pods, yes. Service is able to select those labels properly. You can check like this. So good now. Now you need to check. Here is the guy. Whatever you are telling, right? Steps. Check the logs. Now you know the which application done. Now what I do here? kubectl logs. Logs -f. F means continuous logs. You know, right now I am not passing -n because we are using a tool called kubeNS. Now you will be getting like this. Clear the screen. Send a request now. You see here, it is updating here something. Let's send some fake request, whether it is going properly or not. Yeah. After, I think it will get blocked somewhere. Let's see. Demo. Yeah. You see here. You see right here, logs. Whatever you are seeing the logs, let's get to the basics of the log. What you are seeing, right? These are called logs, not metrics. These are not metrics. These are called logs, okay? Logs are now, you remember, principle of the basics of the logs. Logs can be seen at two places. One is in a file or one is the standard output. Whatever you are seeing, right? These are standard output logs. In the Kubernetes world, right? People want to go writing logs in a pod. Why? People will not prefer writing logs in a file. I'm so sorry. In Kubernetes world, writing a log into a file is not recommended. If pod goes down, you see, right, what I mean? You are listening me. This you know already. We will talk a lot. Okay. Log means, let me put it here as well. So, yes, we are checking the logs. Logs are two places it will go. Two places. One into the file, another into standard output. Output in the sense whatever you are seeing right on the screen. Develop in the Kubernetes world, right? Majority they'll go in the K-test, right? They'll prefer this one. In the VM world, yes. In the VM or EC2 world, they'll go with this approach. Writing a log into a file. In the older technology, in the on-premises, still they'll be going with this model. If it is on-premises VMs and all. But in the Kubernetes world, right? They'll go with this approach. How do you see that logs? Like this, the same command, kubectl logs, this thing. Now, whatever you are seeing, right, this and that. But in the original environment, what we do, we will come to that setup also. We'll pick this log. We will check in the Kibana. How many errors are came, how many something. And one more, we will ask developer also this kind of thing. Whatever you are seeing, right, that they will convert into a metric also. Metric. How many / create request came? How many / users came? How many / request came? All these are all metrics. These metrics, right now, you are very clear now, this thing. On which port number pod is running? Pod.
8080. Pod is 5000.
5,000.
What you can do now?
It's 5,000.
Exactly. How I know? I'll go inside the pod. Observe here. This is what the troubleshooting. kubectl exec-it. I'm going inside the pod. I'm inside the pod. You can check like who am I? This will be some root user, host name. This is I'm not in the automation server. I'm inside the pod now. Here, right? PS-EF. Sometimes see they remove PS also. Why? I'm running application. Why do I go? It's right? The principle of the this is right now what we are doing is the troubleshooting, but in the real time, right? They'll ask you why everything is running in the as a container. Why do you want to go and then manually run the steps and all? Everything is coming from Docker file, right? Two in the Docker file only. Let's see. Now PS also is not there, and one more netstat is there, or let's do bash now. This is Alpine. Oh, netstat is there. For troubleshooting, you can add if you are as a root user. If in your Docker file, right? Let's go here in the Docker file. This is the one yesterday we took, right? Not this guy. Not this guy. Let me make the bigger one. In this Docker file, right? Whatever we took. Here, right? I can put right now, right? What all these commands are executing by the root user. Your Python also started by the root user. Here I will introduce one keyword called user equal to something DevOps something. Here after 18 or like before CMD, I will say that user equal to DevOps. That time, right? Your process will start, your application will start with the DevOps user, not with root user. If you are non-root user, you cannot install any softwares here. You cannot install. Now, since I'm the root user, I have the privilege now. What is the base image I took here? Slim. Python Slim image something. Maybe it is Alpine image. If it is Alpine image, you need to use APK. If it is Ubuntu, you can use APT. If it is Red Hat and all, you can use Yum. It's up to the OS. Let's see. Yeah, APT is there. Now, my objective was I need to install. This is troubleshooting step only. Okay. In the real time, I mean, some tools is recommended, but if you install apt-get one more tool, right, your OS size will become bigger. This is troubleshooting. I'm installing apt-get install. What is the tool I was telling? Net tools. This is the netstat. Let's see. Netstat is there. Yeah, netstat is there. Now you know, right? Application is running on which port number? Netstat -anlp. You can run this command. On which port number you just run this command first. You can see that. Yeah. You see here? You see guys here?
Yeah.
Yes, right? It is running on the 5000 port number. Something is coming, some requests are coming here. Now, see, this is how we check inside application. And one more, right? You can check like this. Curl. This is the thumb rule. If what is the reason I came inside the pod? The person told application is not working. We went to load balancer, we find the service, we find the ingress, we know the correct pod, we check the logs, extra steps. In the logs also, if it is not there, something I'm unable to clear, I'm coming here inside the pod. Here you can do straight away one command. stp// localhost:5000. Send a request. Put the status code here. -i something. -i. Oh my gosh. Release also. This is the nature of the containers. They'll remove majority tools. They won't allow install. Cool. Curl. Now, if you are getting till like this, you need to give to the developer. I'm getting like this response here. And if they say something, you see, right? For slash, what is the response we are getting? Status code.
200.
What are the APIs are there in this still? Some APIs are there, right? Some more APIs are there, no? Here. You can check, right? Yesterday we were checking here. In this application, APIs in the sense, these are the called APIs, routes. This is the one API. Create. One more /users. Inside that, they have written this, everything is called one API /user /update /delete something. And then they'll give the URL how to send a curl request like this. That's the developer. That is your job to ask them. It's not pending from you. This is to get, this is to something update. They'll give like these samples to you. Either QA team will have these references with them. Now I wanted to just send a users. Can you guys tell me? I want to send a users request here. I want to get it.
/users.
/users. So I'm getting the response code 200, but I'm not seeing the output because we are passing -i. Let's remove this wala. You are skipping total ingress, skipping service. You came inside the pod and then you are accessing it. Yes. Majority output, they'll take care. My job is to, is API is giving the code or not. What and all, /API, /users API, / something, right? These are giving. Now, in case you stopped to deploy, let's say, for example, let me take one more. In another screen, I'm going to stop MySQL. Can you guys tell me how to stop MySQL? I wanted to stop MySQL. How can I stop?
You can like remove the replicas, like down the replicas.
Yeah, exactly. Scale down. One, you can go to that YAML, you can apply it, but on the fly, right? Scale deploy. MySQL -f replicas equal to 0. Please, guys, if it is already running the project, right? Your job will be majority times. They'll be asking for us restart, stop. Regular, your job will be stop, start something and all. So that stop and all start, we don't apply every time YAML and all. Just go on then. Like this is even for me, right? My regular job. How much ever automation we did, still developer somewhere like they'll come to us. I cannot say them immediately, hey, go use the automation and all. I recommend. But as an immediate right, I don't want to bring that. I'll go to the cluster immediately. I'll run this command, or I'll share them these commands. You executed something. So now cool. Application is sorry, MySQL pods are down. Now you know, right? This application is depending upon. I am in another screen. Let's go back here. This is the one screen. I'm inside the pod here. This application depending upon, you know, right? To which component dependency?
SQL.
That is down, right? That is down.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Where it is been configured? That is, you can check like this, env, run a command env something, here env and all. Here, if you injected as a environment variable, it will be available here, env, here. You see right here, db name, Flask API. Because we have injected in the environment variables. If you go to the YAML, right? We go to the YAML. What is this guy? Sorry. If you go to the deployment app, we have not used config map. That can be done as well. Directly instead of config map, right? You are passing here env. If you go now here, env. You see it somewhere db name. This will be available inside the. If you run the command env, you see it db name. Somewhere you will have a password also, db root password, something. So this application, right, Flask application, by default, it will look for the name called MySQL only. Now, how did you expose this pod outside? How do we expose pods outside?
Using like ingress controller, means like endpoint.
Before, come down little right. You told ingress little right.
Sir, managing service.
Like
object.
deployment.
Exactly, service. Check the kubectl get SVC. You have the service here. So let me put it here, easy way. I am inside a Flask pod. Okay. And there is a MySQL pod also. This MySQL pod exposed as a service name. This service name I can use inside this pod. MySQL service name. I can use it. I can call from here to here. How do now you know the basics of the olden days? How do you check one port is running or not? There is a command, right? Telnet. Now from Flask pod, whether connectivity is there or not, I can use this name. Like this, I can check. NC also I can use, or one more command, telnet also, nothing. Etiquette, install NC, telnet. Let's install both of them. Oh, NC is not there, telnet is there at least. Good. Now from here, let me check telnet, MySQL. MySQL port number default, what was that, if you remember?
330.
Hey, colon, huh? I forgot, man. Yeah, I think this is the syntax only, sorry. Telnet. Now, my application is not able to connect to whom? The dependency component. If dependency
SQL, yeah.
component, if dependency component is not able to connect, thumb rule, obviously application will not work. So you should know what are all the dependency if all dependencies components are working, if still application is throwing an error, usually this is the first question I ask any developer instead of time waste, right? Instead of checking all this. What is the response code you are getting on the screen? 503, yes, it is with you somewhere. And then I ask it when it was working previously. Is it new setup something? Yes, if it is new setup something, somewhere the configuration maybe. I check like this, ingress controller, service, all our endpoints are available at ingress level and service level. Then I go inside the pod, I do curl command, and then I ask them. And then I check, yes, obviously the logs as well. And then while asking the logs, if it is not available in the kubectl logs command, the next question I ask it, where I can check the logs. Are you writing it to a file something? Are you doing to the standard output? If standard output, if logs are not coming, ask them, can you enable debug log something? Why log are not coming? Because thumb rule, if application is not working, there should be an error called error kind of keyword. They have to enable that. That's what the developer job. So these are all the conversation you should have it. Now it is clearly saying that it is connection refused. You know, right? The connection refused, maybe the pod is down, something like maybe you have to check the dependencies and all. How do you check? What is the environment variable? Here you can check it, env and all like this. Cool. So now let me bring back the scale back one. Cool. Pod came. Now do again telnet. Any thoughts you want to ask on it? The troubleshooting part. Now you see, right? It is got connected the dependency. Now application will be fine, something. So this is how the functionality. You have to check. Go inside. If better is the inside the pod is the first, I mean to say not first, all those checks. Inside the pod is the key place to check all the dependencies. You have to do like this telnet under. If it is not root user, you cannot install all these tools. You need to depend upon this something like maybe on the fly, you have to add all those tools, something you have to troubleshoot. Majorly, some companies, even in my company also, we recommend them to have telnet, some basic troubleshooting tools. Any thoughts you want to ask on it? Application is not working or something. Now you tell me in this right, in this application, you know now, in this application, can you guys tell me? Hey guys, we are testing now. When do you say application is working fine? Weekend vibes. Please answer me. When do you say that?
When all the APIs are working.
Awesome. Very good. All the APIs are working fine. Can you give me one API? Slash was there.
/home.
Slash or users. Slash create. Slash something delete was there. Something slash update was there. Among these APIs, which API is connected to the DB? All this.
Yes, all this after slash.
This is not the dependency one, right? This is not the dependency.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yes.
connect it. So what I do, let's say, you know, right? This is what the regularly developer will be updating code. Okay, he'll be updating the code. Somehow something maybe break. Obviously, sometimes it may any one API break, right? This is okay. This I can take also, but it doesn't say that my dependency components are working. Okay, I'll take this API. I'll take this API, developer updating the code, right? So next time they do change code. Okay. Now, let's say now already pods are running. Now you deployed some developer add. Let's say you deployed the previous code. Now developer made new changes in the code. You wanted to see already pods are running. Okay. Like for example, 5 pods are running. Let's increase the replica count. We'll do that. Okay. 5 pods are running. Now developer modified the code. You deployed one more version. New version. You deploy new version. New pods will come. 5 pods will come. So whenever new 5 pods are coming, right? New pods or 5 pods are coming. By default, there is a one mechanism. If you enable health check here, health check, it does health check. Very important. Now, when you do enable health check, right? If you enable health check for slash, you can do it like this. If you enable health check slash, will it check DB? Will it check DB health check here? Slash will check DB health check.
No.
Because why?
On the application.
Just application it is checking. If you do slash users, it will check DB, it will check dependency components. Then user write 200 response code, something. So what I'll do, I'll enable either this or this. Normal DB, normal health check. There is a one concept, you know, right? Load balancer level, slash, service, healthy, unhealthy keywords, right? In Kubernetes pods also, you can put a health check. That health check should check all the dependencies. It's up to the API, what API you choose it. Then if that API is responding properly, if it gives 200, then bring up this new pods into running state. Then terminate them. Terminate the older ones. That's what you can do. Health check. There is a famous in your deployment YAML, you can add liveness probe and readiness probe. There is some more probes also, but majorly we use these two. Liveness probe, readiness probe. Liveness probe continuously will be running. Continuously. And if this liveness probe fail, okay, it will restart pod. It will keep on restart pod. Till it becomes healthy. It will keeps on restart the pod. Readiness probe checks one time, initial time. If it fails, it stops sending a request. What I mean, let's go to that, our YAML, we will prepare. This is the good to go. In your YAML, this is the thumb rule, we should have it. This is the pod. You see right here, inside the container, you should know that where we need to inject it. Equal to the name image, equal to that, here we need to inject it. Liveness probe, they are checking it here. There are the different liveness probes are there. We will inject to HTTP request, yes. This one we will put liveness probe. Yeah, this is the guy, is our LNS probe. Take this guy, we'll put it our deployment YAML. Yesterday we were preparing app.yaml right here. App.yaml, yeah. Here. This is very important. This should come equal to that. You should need to follow that. Equal to the image. Over here. You can inject anywhere. It doesn't matter after ports or something. It's up to that. Should come equal to that. Please, I'm sure you will face when you are making YAML, right? First time you will face little trouble. Don't use tab. Okay. Control Alt. All the lines will come. You can do all of the lines. Equal to the, it should come equal to here. Equal to the image L. So thumb rule, na, whenever you see YAML, right, you see before lines where it is matching. That is the trick. Somewhere equal to the image, I should bring that L. It is matching. Cool. Now you tell me, on which port I need to check health check. You know, right? My pod is running on which port? Our class,
8080.
our Flask application. We were sending na here also. Where did you send? On which port number you sent a request? Call command we were sending na. And which port number it is running here? 5000. So put the 5000 here. And API. Same way you can replicate this. When you're copying from one YAML to another YAML, you don't copy like this line, copy like this, so that it will make easy alignment also. You don't need to bring back cursor here, automatically it will come. So 2 lines it is saying, one more is there, readiness probe also, go for. They are telling different ports you can check. gRPC. Yeah, readiness probe. Yeah, startup. Go down, no? They'll give more, learn more like this. Good one. Good more about the URL. Everyone will, majority people, right? We refer, this is the document, anything. Container proofs. Any reference. But this probe. One place only. Sample. This guy will give you immediate ML. ChatGPT. Example. For Kubernetes now, it has been very matured. You will get very good content outside in the market. Yeah, you can put some kind of times. I want it in the YAML, man. I don't want like this. Yeah. HTTP. Here, what was that? HTTP get only, na? Yeah. Save just the keyword here, Readiness Pro. And you know, right? You can put this, wait for some time, send a request, how many success threshold, failure threshold. This and all we will fine tune one more. Okay. These are all you can add. You know, right? In load balancer also we had some times, wait for some time, then check for some success failure. These are all you can enforce here as well. Put like this. And then yeah, this is what we deployed yesterday. Let's go. Let's put the 3. Let's keep it 10 replicas. Let's see. So you know, right? Liveness Pro, whenever my deployment, new pods are coming, whenever I do a deployment, whenever pod coming up, whenever my pod comes up, our pods are running time. This will check continuously. Liveness Pro will check continuously. If it fails, Liveness Pro fails, pod will go for continuous restart. If Readiness Pro fail, pod will not go for restart. Pod will stop accepting the request. If this API is not giving the response, if there is application code problem, this will stop accepting the request, saying that Readiness Pro failed. This pod will not come into the running, and whole pods will not at all go down. That's how the downtime. We'll see that. We'll break the environment. Take this ML as it is. I don't want to take the total. You can deploy also. There is a changes in that. Let's take exit. VA. Flag number 39. Shift A, if you press it, it will go into shift. Save this file, libctl, apply FNF, health data. You applied the new changes, check the pod, get PO. Why, man? You better somewhere, I don't know. Which application? Oh, sorry. Why? Why it is that? Oh, maybe yesterday we deployed. Maybe don't care about this guy. So our namespace was which one? Flask. Kubernetes. Yeah, we're in the past. Check the how many parts we deployed. If you remember, how many replicas we told? How many replicas we told about this application?
10.
10, right? You can check here also. Kubectl get deployed. Yeah. Kubectl get deployed. You can check it here. So you told total 10. How many are running right now? 8. 8 are running. So there are 2 are pending. 2 are pending. So if you do not pending pods, right? Check the reason. Any thoughts why? You remember I was telling one good keywords, if you remember. Pod will go for pending whenever there is a in compute, storage, network issue. 3 ways. So let's compute means memory both. Now describe it. Describe the pod. Pod is pending. The first rule you have to do not logs. Pod is not at all running. Pod is pending. Is right? It is very clearly throwing an error. Who is throwing error? What is the role of the scheduler? Guys, you know what is the role of scheduler?
It should automatically swap the pod if the pod is not running. Any pod.
Scheduler. This is a new pod.
Which pod is
And
Which
which
pod is in running status
Is held or
will
means which pod is empty to take the request?
pod or node?
Node. Sorry. Yeah.
node.
So
Nodes.
scheduler job is to give me room to run. Give me room to, I wanted to sit there. Scheduler job is to select that pod is asking, can you give me a node? Scheduler is telling, scheduler will calculate all these nodes, CPU usage, memory usage, something and all. It is telling that there is no, very clear it is like, right? There is no nodes are available. There is no room. There are like, nodes are not available. Now, what is your job? What do you do? Check the nodes. How many nodes are there? 3 nodes are running. 3 nodes are not sufficient. Next, what you need to do? You need to scale the node count. How do you do? In the Terraform code or in the, you can go to these nodes are been created with that. Let me check 1 second. Just a second. I'll go to the AWS console. We will scale that. These nodes came with the Terraform code, right? Because of behind these nodes are managing by the Autoscale group. Autoscale guy. We delete a node, automatically nodes are coming. The Autoscale group launch template launch. This guy go to EC2 mission. We'll add a node. Let's see. If you go down, usually, right, if you don't know which node group, this is what I do normally. I'll take this node. If there is a multiple Autoscale group, right, multiple node groups also will be there. Check like this. Select this node. Go to the tags. Here you will find that Autoscale group name. This is the node name. Autoscale. Copy this Autoscale group name till whatever the number is. It's up to you. Select, go to Autoscale group. Right now, Autoscale group. Yeah, put it here. It will match automatically. Select this, edit. How many right now are running? 2 are running. Let's increase 1 more. You cannot, in this rate, you cannot increase decide to some number. You cannot increase more than what? You need to increase the decide only here. You cannot increase more than some number here.
3.
3.
More than 3.
If you want to increase more than 3, which one you need to increase again here? First increase the max, then increase the decide. Let's bring back, we'll play a little game. Yeah, let's update it. 5, 4. It takes a little while, the node come up, and then automatically whenever the node comes up, the pod will go there, pending what. You no need to touch anything. Automatically the pods will go there. Let's check. I want to see only the pending pods. Put like this, pipe symbol, grep 0/. (0/ means usually pods will be 1/1 or something. If it is 0/ something, there is a problem. There is some issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pods are pending. Nodes will come within some time. The worker nodes. You can check here. Yeah, nodes are right now not ready. 5 seconds. Now you have to tell me in these nodes automatically some pods will come. You don't need to deploy. What are those pods called? You know already. Worker node. Daemon says pods will go like node exporter. And then the kubelet, kubeproxy. All they will run automatically on these nodes. You don't need to touch them. Yes, now nodes are ready. Automatically they'll go. You see here? Earlier they were pending. Now what is the use case right now? Running. Good. So now you see, right? Very good. all parts are running, and then the everything is running. Now let's break application, for example. Okay, let's go to the Flask code. Let's Kubernetes. This is what, no? This is what I was doing, right? Developer will be updating the code. They do the change the code. Let's go here. In which file? Flask.api. We flask.api.py. Let's break it here. You see, right? Something. Set number 20th code, 20th line. Something 22 line number. No? Let's remove this thing. Some syntax error will make some syntax error, for example. Let's remove like this. Please, I am in automation server. I have the updated code. Developer updated the code. Now application should break, right? Application shouldn't work. What is the next step you need to do? Whenever update the code, right? Thumb rule. Don't want to make that those stuff. So you need to build the Docker image with versioning. Good thing is do versioning. Versioning in the sense tagging. Like 1, 2, 3, like this, you have to go tagging. Right now is running latest. Now I'll do Docker build again because code has been updated, right? Docker build. What is the my image? I have ECR repo, right? Let's go to that ECR repo. Docker build -t colon 1. Previous one was latest. Let's keep it the one space dot. Controller login, ECR login. See some other repo. Paste colon 1. Previously, I logged into another region. ECR login. Let's log into AP South 1. I was testing some previously. That's where. Go here also change it. It was not able to push. Yeah, now push the image. Build the Docker image versioning. When I say build image is available at ECR. Next is the deploy. Deployment in the image section, change the tag. VA. You remember? We were making one file here. I was behind the folder. Let's come back, step back. Here we were making one file, right? What's that, man? Health.ml, yes. Health.ml. Here, line number 19. Here. Keep it 1. Now we are deploying some developer given new code. Now let's deploy it. kubectl apply -f health.ml. Let's see. Good. You know, right? In this ML, extra thing, what did we added, if you remember, compared to yesterday to today? Some extra lines we have added, right? What are those? In this, yeah,
Yesterday we have taken tag as latest. Today we have had a tag as one.
very good. Other than that is
Import.
no. These are health checks. Whenever my pod comes up, right, the pod will do health check, liveness probe and readiness. If this health check passes only, the old pod will go down, the new parts will come. Now let's see the status. It should get Vivo. You see, right? Why my parts? This is how your environment will be there. This is what your job. This is how you will be facing regularly. You will deploy it. Oh my God. The old part went down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 are running. Yeah, 10 are running. So now I brought the new version of the code. Is a new version of, let's say, for example, if you don't have liveness readiness probe, right? Automatically your pod will come running. It is not doing any health check. The pod will come running because port is listening, right? Automatically. There is no issue with the Docker file something. Application will come. If you don't have liveness probe, readiness probe, old pod will go down, latest pod will go down, one pod will come running. Now application will fail or not if end user comes. Why? Where it is failing? Because you see right here, you are checking what here? Request slash. The slash is having issue. You getting what I mean? In new code, we have a bug. At which route? Slash route issue. If you don't have health checks, automatically issue application will go. Pods will be running. They'll be in running. Now, if end user access it, obviously we'll get problem, right? Slash, let's see something. I mean, now request will not at all go because why? This is stopping. This is stopping. If this checks passes only, the new parts will go. So the old parts will go down. The the latest parts will come again back. This will go down. They will come up. If health check passes. Now, why pods are in crash loop backup? Why they are in restart? Who will restart in these two? In these two, who will restart? Pods continuously will be restarting. Who will do the restart? Two health checks are there.
Liveness
This guy.
Pro.
Liveness Pro will restart your pod continuously. It will restart continuously. This guy will not restart. This guy will stop the sending the request. One of the interview question, difference between liveness probe and readiness probe. Liveness probe, if it fails request, this health check, it will keep on restart the pod. Readiness probe will stop the sending the request. Both will fail. Now describe that. Here you will have a very good English messages. You have to understood that's it. Oh my gosh, it's not. Somewhere you will have very good English message. Did we deploy that code? L5? Yeah, L3.ml. Yeah, we deployed it. We should have some good messages here. It is saying it will have very clear English message saying that health check failed. What version we are? We will have very good message. See here, already 5 times it got restarted. The down it will paste. Here in the events, do you see somewhere liveness keyword? No. Here somewhere it will throw another liveness probe, readiness probe failed because of some timeout or something. Now let's go top. Let's go top. Pod is in crash loop back. Restart count 5. No. Usually here you will have very good English message. Liveness probe, readiness probe failed. because of that. Maybe. Now here the pod is in the error reason. Status code is the exit code. Mostly right, exit code 1 will be because of application. I have seen it. Because of application code failed. Now you know, right? Why application failed. Now you deployed it. Developer gave the new code. Now you checked it something. Let's check the logs also. Check the logs also. You have some clue. Yeah. It is telling that there is some syntax error. Now this is not your job to fix it. You have to tell to the developer. Cool. I'm sure you will have here liveness probe, readiness probe kind of keyword failed. Maybe something is somewhere we are missing, but no. Somewhere. Let me check it. Why the keyword is not coming. Here we will have in the describe pod, right? It will tell you that.
Maybe check in events once.
Sorry? Yeah.
Events.
Yeah. There is one more command you can check this guy also. Events, yes. Scale up, scale down. No. Oh, little top. Let's go top. No, in second. See the order. 37, 11 minute, 11 minute, 11 minute, 11, 11, 11. 5 minutes. No. Let's look for the keyword called correct point. This command, right? Get event will give you that what is happening in the cluster total. Grep App live. That is that's okay. I'll see that reason why the event is not coming. For now, right? You should know that check the describe. Describe will have that exactly that what is something going with the pod in the describe, right? First, if you have here liveness or readiness probe, we are lucky. You can tell immediately what is that route you have made, and then see this guy here. See this guy. Last status, what is the exit code, something. See this kind of here. That is what our job. Cool. Now
Maybe we can do like this, right? With the original image, okay, change the liveness probe to 3000 instead of 5000.
Yeah.
And deploy it.
Yeah.
Maybe the liveness probe will get trigger.
Yeah. Connection refused and all will get
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's click this code. You can next whose job is to fix the code? Developer. You have to tell to the developer. In the logs, see one is describe the events. Another is the logs. Somewhere you will have a clue. If not, still not logs are there. Then if it is health check under something, right? You can remove also on the fly. You can remove the liveness readiness probe inside go inside the code like what we did in the initial session, right? Curl that. Now you cannot go inside this pod. You cannot go inside these pods. Right? Those are not in running status. You cannot go these pods inside. You cannot go. If you want to go, you need to delete that liveness readiness probe. The pod will come running. Then go and then you can do curl command. That's up to the last extreme cases we will go. But still now logs describe. Those are the best place to check that something went wrong. Cool. Now you see, right? Why these pods are still running? I have deployed, right? I have deployed one image. Why that one image is here is the one image. Describe if you see, right? Image 1 is here. Image 1 is in this running pods. Image is latest. Why these pods are still running? Why they have not took the one image? Any thoughts you want to ask? You want to share anyone? Some pods are running latest. The failed pods are in crash. The latest, the image 1 tag pod is in crash loopback. The latest pods are in running. Why?
Because liveness probe.
That is stopping you that exactly. That is what important. When you're picking a liveness probe, right, you should have a conversation with the developer. What is the one I can configure? Do you need to configure /users? /users is the very good guy. Because why? It is checking the database also. It's up to that. You should have asked the developer, what is the API I can give this? what is the URL context. That one I can give as a health checkpoint. In future, that will check if it is passes only, it will allow that to deploy the pod. Let's pick this one. We'll fix the code. We'll check the code. ls vam.py. I'm sorry. This guy. I will copy paste. PD insert. Go to the internet code. Wherever that code was there, I'll bring that line. This line we made little mess. Yeah. Thumb rule. This is how you have to do next time. Anywhere else. Build. Better don't tag it as a one always. Leave that one as a healthy issue one. Then push this image. Whenever code change, obviously you have to go this follow. You shouldn't. You cannot update the image also inside the image code under. This is how it's with. Next again, you need to update the health.ml. This is your job, regular job. Apply. Check the parts now. Now you see, right? Which image came to running status now? See the timeline also. What is the image version is running now? Guys, you can answer now. Which image version we build and then pushed now?
2.
2. The latest one went down because why? One guy is helping us. Who is that guy? The Liveness Pro, Readiness Pro, that is passing, then it is allowing it. Otherwise, if Liveness Pro, Readiness Pro fail, if you don't have Liveness Pro, Readiness Pro, you will be ending up with the troubles. Good to go with Liveness Pro, Readiness Pro. What is the route has to be configured? It's up to that developer. You should ask the developer what is the good way. Even if I go to this kind of application, right, I say them, whatever the dependencies are there, the dependency checking route is the good point to have it. Because in future, if any dependency goes down, my application will fail. Then I can come to know that. So that is what. So right now we went with the slash. You can put that into slash user also. If database is having the problem, obviously Liveness Readiness Pro will fail. So that's what you have to make them. Good. Cool. Now second one came. Second one will be running obviously. Check slash send a request. Yeah, I'm getting a response. Now my pods are running. Which image is serving the request? Second tag of the image is serving the request. Now, so this is the one, Liveness Probe, Readiness Probe. And one more thing is you should have a good control of the resources. In this application, right? I don't know how many requests, sorry, how much CPU memory used for this application. I don't know. This application. You can check, describe this. That's where we came for Kubernetes, controlling the CPU memory and all here. Somewhere if you see resources, do you see somewhere anywhere resources kind of keyword? In the list. No, we don't have any resources defined in this. So whatever on EC2 mission, right? Whatever available, that completely this part will use in case if there is a needed. On your EC2 mission, right? On this EC2, pod is running. This EC2 nothing but worker. If your EC2 is having 8 CPU, 32 GB RAM, if my pod needed, it will consume total this CPU. It will consume. It doesn't control. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to put request. I'm going to put a keyword called resources. I will tell I need a limit. I need a request. If my pod comes to, if it breaches this one limit, automatically my pod will get hung or my pod will get killed. That's what. So along with the liveness readiness probe, I'm bringing one good pattern having the resources. I'm going to put the resources limits. So here you need to see that where to put that section. Please, even I don't remember, I go immediately. I know these keywords, resources and all. I'll see the next pattern where to come this thing. Bring as it is this guy. Resources and all. See, you see, right? It is coming under images. Images center. So you can put it should be equal to image. Inside. Do Control Alt. When you're selecting one line, right? Select, put your cursor, Control Alt, down arrow mark, the down arrow mark. Automatically it will select those lines. You can play like this, whatever like this. At a time you can move. Otherwise, your day will be ending up with handling one YAML file only. So good. Now we are going to put some. This is called 0.25 CPU. This is, always remember, this shouldn't be, this is lesser than the limits. This should be less. This should be more. Limit should be more. Let's go here. Put now 10. Let me see GB. How can we specify GB? There is a keyword GB something. Limits. Request GBs in deployment. GI something will be the keyword. This is M. M is for like millicore, cores under GB. Let's ask this guy. Yeah, GI. Sorry, I forgot that keyword. I'll give GI memory. Copy paste. You can have both also equal, not a problem. But it should be, request should be less, limit should be more. You shouldn't give request more. Then one CPU. Let's give the 4 CPU. Here also 4 CPU. Let's put the codes on. Good. So let's bring this application. You know, right? We are adding some components, liveness, readiness, resources, 10 GB memory I needed for this application. Let's bring this wala. What is this image we were deploying it? Not latest, 2 only. Second image version. The 2 image, you could have changed the code also, but that's okay. Bring this.
But do we have a 10 GB at the worker node level?
Yeah, we'll see that.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what did we added? Resources dot YAML. Yeah. Let's delete these lines. Delete. I will have only deployment section only. Let's remove this interface. I'm pressing a DD command in the VA escape mode to delete the line. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Let me break this guy. Yeah, we don't have. We'll see that this kind of scenarios we will. This is our regular day, right? Someone will update the resources. We will have a we will not have a node. Now apply kubectl apply and resources data. Good. So extra thing I have added is compared to this memory, I needed more memory, more resources needed. I have added it. Limits we kept. Kubectl get pivot. Very good. Some parts went automatically terminating. 2 parts went terminating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 parts went into terminating. And nothing are running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. You remember I told clear-cut example. If part goes pending, compute, memory, 3 things: compute, storage, networking. In these 3, if any something breaches, you are not available, you don't have a node, or you don't have CPU memory, obviously part will go for pending. Other than these are the 3 core reasons. Compute, storage, networking. Now I had given more kind of resources. I told how much RAM I needed for my pod, 10 GB. CPU so much? 4. Where pod will run? You know the rule, right? Pod will run on the worker node. My pod is requesting for how much? 10 GB, 4 CPU. You should have a bucket also same to fit this bigger one. Check these worker nodes. Describe node. Check this node. You can check it here in this down here somewhere. Where is this guy? Where is this guy? Here you can see. This is your EC2 machine capacity. You have 2 CPUs, and then maximum RAM is something like this is some KBs, something maybe like 2 GB or maybe something. So you don't have a node which is capable of, like, you have a pod is requesting more, but you don't have a node. That's where. Now what is your job? If you have autoscale group bigger node, you can bring that bigger node capacity. Otherwise, you need to reduce that your CPU memory application capacity. But if application needed, you don't have an option. You need to create a one autoscale group. If developer says, no, I need more memory, more resources, you don't have an option. You need to bring one autoscale group. You need to bring one autoscale group. Here, you can add a one bigger node types. You can add here bigger node types that you can do. You need to have in your autoscale group, bigger mission you need to have. Developer says, I need mandatory that many resources. You cannot reduce your application resources. You cannot reduce if they say yes. Cool. So one thing is, now how can I solve for no immediately? You don't have, we don't have an option. We will reduce that resources. Let's see. Resources. We are adding some sections. Let's get that keyboards first. CPU. Put it here. 1. Observe here. I'm going to reduce the resources here. Observe here. I think already we have 2. You cannot see that reflect. Let's see. I'm reducing request only. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I'm editing deployment time level, right? Let's see. kubectl. Save this file. I'm reducing request only. If you have request lesser, right, pod will go schedule till it will use the total node resources. Let's see that. kubectl apply FNF resources data. Let's check now. Get Some pods came running. They're going down. Wait for some time. There is no room. I think, yeah, they're coming running. They're coming running. Wait for some time. Now, here is my question. This is the like you should have knowledge. Let's keep it here. 1. Here also 1. Why my parts went into the pending is we don't have a room this much bigger resources. We don't have a worker node to allocate it. Whenever you deploy a application, Kubernetes will look for these resources, not this. If you have lesser request, your pod will go and then schedule. But if your worker node doesn't have this many, right? How much ever your worker node, till that time it will use the resources capacity. Okay. Cool. Have this thing in the mind. When you have a deployment ML, you should have some good practices. Go with the liveness probe, readiness probe kind of section. And one more, go with the resources section. These resources should be matching to your worker nodes also. Your worker nodes are less resources, you shouldn't give to the pod. Your pod will go for pending. But when you deploy the application, Kubernetes will look for request, not the limits. That's what you should do. Any thoughts you want to ask on it? Liveness probe, readiness probe thing. This is one of the interview question, mandatory interview question. And can you observe, did you observe this pattern? Did you observe this pattern? Whenever I deploy a new application, right? All 10 parts are going down, or some few of them are going down something cycle. Let's say I have 10 replicas. These are running with, you think it 1, and I deployed one more 10 replicas with image 2. Did you observe these 10 parts are automatically going down, and then something observe, right? Did you observe 2 are going down? And here 2 will come running. Two are in running status. So this is called, we are not bringing down all at once. If liveness probe, readiness probe fails, they are going in a rolling fashion. 2 will go down here, 2 will come here. 2 will go down again here, 2 parts will come again. That is called rolling update. Rolling strategy. How do I know that? You take this deployment, get a deployment, describe the deployment. Describe deployment. Go little top. You see here, rolling update strategy. If by default, rolling update strategy will be there. There is a one more, recreate also. This is the one of the interview question. This is interview point of view. By default, any deployment will have the rolling only deployment strategies. Rolling update. One more is the recreate. In the rolling update, portion wise, parts will go down. Will go down. In the recreate, right? Old parts goes down automatically. And the new parts will come. What is the good one? What is the good one to go? Without downtime. Users shouldn't get affected.
Rolling update.
That is the good strategy. Sometimes, right, developer will tell. It's up to the developer. They will tell us, hey, I don't whenever I deploy this code, I don't want to see the old parts running. Let them go down. Let come the new parts will come up. I have seen the use cases. They'll tell us based upon the application nature. They don't want to run 2 times at a time, 2 parts under. They want to run at a time 1 part only. Something in that cases. One version code of the running only. So this is the one of the interview question they'll ask you. Deployment strategies. These are the numbers are there. You can add in the deployment YAML also. That thing. In the deployment YAML. Strategy. Search it here. This is the page. You can have like this somewhere in the top, right? You can have that. This guy. This is rolling update. Yeah. Oh my God. There is no YAML. Where is the YAML? I'm looking at something YAML. In the YAML, you should have that section. The Kubernetes website will have majority sections. This is the single page. You can have it. Somewhere you can put a matching search keyword here. Let's see. I'll bring that keyword here. Rolling update strategy. Bring this keyword and put it here. It will bring that matching keyword for us. This will be. We will have some reference. This is the way. This is the way. They are also doing the reference. I need to put in the section. What I can do other way around to get this right. This is what you can do other way around. I can get the existing YAML, right? User will get it deploy. -YAML. You see anywhere else strategy here? Yes. Strategy is here. Strategy is equal to not here inside in the top. This is the guy. Strategy is equal to the selector something here. This guy. You can update here. This is a section. It will go equal to the, you see, replicas. This one. I wanted to change something specific, then I can update here. Strategy. This, I mean, I can bring as it is this thing, this section there. Let's read this column. Chat. Please, obviously, for some days, right, when you are learning initial time, you will have this struggle working with the YAML related errors, but you will get it habituated. Here, sometimes developer will tell how many parts can go down, how many parts should be available. These numbers can be changed. It's up to we can check with them. Do you want to bring down at a time 5 parts? We may need to change these numbers here. That's what they say it. By default, this is the rolling update. By default, you don't need to touch. Otherwise, you can change, recreate something. You need to put that matching syntax here. That's what. The recreate, the old parts will go automatically. That's not the good practice. Good practice is the rolling update is the good guy without downtime. So let me put it here as a context. We'll be continuing this total deployment on the cluster. This is what my next objective. Will be coming end of the sessions. We have few. I'll tell the numbers. Next time onwards, whatever we are doing, right? This kubectl will apply this and all. We will give this manual commands to a tool. The tool will does for us. This whatever the deployments. So in our regular day, let me put it here. This is the next object. Every day we will be using same K8s or VM, same deployment, connecting to some infra dependencies and all. Whatever we did manual till now, that we will be doing a one on top of this tool, CI/CD tool. Next time, I'll be doing same deployment, same thing, infrastructure will be there, but this Docker build, deployment, changing the YAML, we will give it to this CI/CD. That is nothing but automation set. So this is what my next objective. So we will continue our regular Kubernetes related topics by using these tools. Not with the manual, don't go to the SSH channel. We will avoid log into the server also, running those individual commands. That is what my next objective. Cool. I'll pass it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.